So today, a man who is strongly considering a run for Detroit mayor had his name thrown into the middle of today's testimony. 7 Action News investigator Ross Jones was in the courtroom when well-known businessman Mike Duggan was mentioned on a secretly recorded conversation. What was all this about?
That's exactly right, Joanne. Before Duggan was a businessman, he was a politician, the #2 man in Wayne County under Ed McNamara. Today, as he considers whether he wants to be Detroit's next mayor, he landed front and center in the corruption trial of a man who already was. Mike Duggan's run for Detroit mayor hasn't even officially begun, but it's already been hit by its first controversy. Today in federal court, a captivated jury listened to a secret recording between Bernard Kilpatrick and Synagro Vice President James Rosendahl. Rosendahl had hired Bernard Kilpatrick as a consultant on the Synagro deal. During the recorded meeting, Kilpatrick can be heard describing how he expects to be paid. He reminded Rosendahl about his time at Wayne County, when Kilpatrick worked for then County Executive Ed McNamara and his deputy, Mike Duggan. He said he remembered sitting down with both of them, hearing them talk about, quote, carving up deals that he thought were borderline illegal. He implied that he would use that as a framework to carve up his own Synagro deal. Rosendahl said Kilpatrick stood to make millions.
I left the McNamara administration 13 years ago, and nobody's ever accused me of doing anything wrong. And I have no idea what Bernard Kilpatrick might have said to a client he was trying to get money from.
Speaking today by phone, Duggan said Kilpatrick's statement is outlandish.
I was never involved in the procurement process, so I was never involved in any of that in the county. The U.S. Attorney, Jeff Collins at the time, made a public statement that I was never the subject of the investigation. No one has ever accused me of doing anything. And I think what you have here is a conversation where Bernard Kilpatrick was trying to get a client to give him money.
For years, McNamara's administration was dogged by rumors of corruption and graft. The FBI investigated McNamara's office for years, never charging him, but convicting others.
I've been in public life for 25 years, and nobody has ever suggested I did anything wrong or ever took any money from anybody.
Now, Duggan has not yet formally announced he's even running for Detroit mayor. He's only formed an exploratory committee. Ed McNamara died in 2006. The FBI's probe into his office resulted in 3 convictions.
Now, Russ, you say that Duggan said the U.S. attorney at the time assured him that he wasn't a target of this probe. So is that true?
Yeah, we do know that that's true. I reached out to the U.S. attorney at the time, Jeff Collins, who now, interestingly enough, works for Wayne County, and he said indeed he was not a target then. And the U.S. attorney made a point of saying that a lot of public officials' names will be mentioned in this trial. That does not mean that they've done anything wrong here. You're going to hear a lot of public officials'
And
names.
Duggan's still planning on possibly running for mayor? We understand.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah. Hasn't sidelined that yet.
Has not done that. No.
Okay, Ross, thank you.